Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn to Become an Animator. Today I am going to show you how you can create this kind of banner advertisement animation by using Blender and the add-on called FSpy. To create this kind of banner advertisement, you require one picture. You can search from the internet or you can click your own picture. You need a Blender, any version you can use. I have used the Blender 4.0 and the add-on called FSpy. Let's begin. After getting your image into the FSpy, just we have to select here Y and the Z axis. So I'm going to match here the Z axis this way. To zoom and see into the detail, you can just press Shift. So now you can see this axis, and also you can just come here and select the box. So you can select the box, move it, and you can check the perspective, all the corners. If it is feeling fine, then we can save the same. You can save it as any name. Now just go to the Blender and go here import and the FSpy. So if you don't see the FSpy, you just have to install the FSpy into the add-ons. For that, you can just go to the preferences, and from the add-on you can just press the install, and if you have downloaded the add-on, you can directly install that. Import FSpy and just go to that particular folder, select the camera which we have just saved, import it. So it will come along with the image. If it is not coming, just select the camera, go to background and browse the image which we have used to create the camera in the FSpy. Now you can create the cube. So our cube will come exactly like the building. So just scale the cube and match the exact axis of the building. For that, just split the view, go to edit mode, select this face, you can scale into that one. If it is not visible, just make it transparent, so that will be very easy to handle it. Just match it to this axis. Same way you can match to this axis and match to the other axis. Now we have the building ready. To create the banner, just select the front part of the building, or you can just duplicate the whole building again. Rename this cube as a building. And rename the other cube as a banner. So just hide this building for now. Go to edit mode and just delete the all the other faces of the cube. Now we have the front face to create the banner. Before we go, just go to the object, just set origin to the center, so origin to the geometry. Now go to edit mode and increase the subdivision. You can increase the subdivision by 50 or 60, that would be enough, and you can apply all the transformation. If you apply the transformation and the scale, again the origin will move, so we can just set origin to the geometry. To create the spiral, we need the extra curves, geometry curves, and the extra geometry we have to switch on from the, just go to add-on, just search for the extra curve. If it is not switch on this add-on, just switch on both. Go to curve, spirals and the arc median. Now before go out of this, just we have to set the certain settings here. You can increase the steps, that would be 30 or 40 would be enough. Increase the radius, so this radius growth, the turn 3 or 4 turns are fine. Now decrease the radius, make sure the height is 0, otherwise that will disturb in the simulation. Now go out of edit mode and adjust the placement of this. Go to front view, just make sure the curve is into the center of the banner which we have created. If it is not visible, go to wireframe mode and just make the position here. Position is very important. We have to make the perfect position into the center of the banner. Check into all the view and make sure it is into the center of the. Now rotate. You can see here, rotate the 90° into the x-axis. And 180° into the z-axis. Now go to front view. You can switch on the building this time. If it is not exactly the same place, we can just reduce. Yeah, we have to place this curve such a way. Go to the edit mode and just adjust this curve. So our banner will start from this point. Why we are editing this? So our banner's corner will be exactly lying on the building. And from there we can have the banner rotating and the simulating. If you feel the size is bigger, we can reduce the size little bit. Make sure move at the exact place. If it is not proper or a zigzag, we can just adjust this curve by going into the edit mode. Now make sure that Control A and transform all the press the Control A and apply all the transformation, location and the scales. And again we have to just adjust the origin, set origin into the center of the geometry. Now select the banner geometry and go to the modifiers panel and just search for the curve modifier deformer. After selecting the curve deformer, just select the spiral, and here we just have to select the z axis minus z axis. So you can see here our banner is fitting into the spiral. We need some more adjustment so it will fit the exactly like the position of the building. So just select the banner and go to object property and adjust the XY location. Just you can scale it so it will fit exactly into the spiral. If it is not fitting, just we have to adjust the rotation as well. Now you can see it's going to fit exactly into the spiral. If you think it is very big or small, you can adjust the scale as well. Now you can see, you can adjust the scale. Now we have to scale into the y-axis, so it will fit exactly with the length of the building. You can go to the side view and check it out. If it is not matching exactly, we can move, select the banner and the spiral as well. Both the thing we can move together and make sure that it's fitting into the exactly center of the building. Now we have to create a vertex group. For that, just go into the edit mode and select the vertex. So we have created this vertex group to just pin the banner. The top part of the banner will pin into the building. Now apply the cloth modifier and check it out. Yeah, our cloth is completely falling down. Now go to the cloth property, go down, go to shape and select the group pin which we have created. Now you can check it out. See, we have created very wrong vertex group. We can easily change that. Just go to vertex group again, delete this, and I think this bottom part is going to be the top part. Create here, we can rename it, go back to the cloth property again, and we have to just select the same for the pin. Now you can see we have a nice banner animation going on here, but it's penetrating with the building. So just select the building geometry and go to the physics property, select the collision. Now it will not collide with the building. Now we have a nice animation. We can just hide the building, so easily we can see our animation is nice. If you feel that the cloth is colliding itself, we have an option here. Just select the cloth, go to the cloth property, into the collision option, just select the self collision. It's going to take a little time into the simulation, but it will give a nice result. If you feel it's very smooth and soft, we can change little property here. Go to stiffness and make it 5 and compression also 5. So I think it will make the cloth little soft and faster. If it is not visible very smooth, just select the cloth, go to the modifier tab and search for subdivision surface. Now you can see it's very smooth. If you think the simulation is running out of the frames, we can increase the frame little bit. Instead of 250, we can make it 300. So the simulations gets more frames and it will complete nicely. If you think this grid and the axis are disturbing into the viewport, just go here and we can hide the floor. Even we can hide the axis as well. So we have a clear-cut visual. Before we go for the texturing and the lighting, just save the file. Now you can see our nice animation is ready. Now it's time to do the texturing and the lighting so we can render the animation. So let's begin. So I have a couple of texture I have downloaded. So for that, just we need to go into the material mode or the texture mode. right? Then only you can able to see into the viewport. For that, just we have to just apply our new material, get this viewport as a shader editor. So easily we can see, select the principal BSDF, or you can just search for image texture, click on the image texture, connect with the base color, and just go and browse your own texture. Now you can see the texture is not seen properly to the viewport. So for that you have to do the UV editing tab and go into the edit mode. Here we can edit the UV. Press A to select all the faces and just click for the UV editing here. And this viewport you can just press the material preview. Now you can see, you can just scale the whole UV, or just before that just select all the faces, press U and unwrap it. So it's going to fit the whole geometry or the whole image into the geometry, but we need to do little adjustment, scale it according to our texture, whatever we required into the, now just go out of, but here you can see the image came completely upside down. So we have to just rotate the UV onto the camera and you can see the nice image. And we have to place some lighting to render nicely. So just go to the global, click on the world property and on the color mode and select the environment texture. So you can apply the nice HDRI. If you don't have HDRI, you can download it from the website Polyheaven or any other website. It has so many, and you can see wonderful lighting here. If you don't want to see the HDRI into the background, just go to this render property in the film, select the transparent. You will not see the background. Now you can see our image is completely dark. So if you want to see that image properly, just select the camera, go to background and opacity 100%. Now we can render our animation completely. Before that, I would like to put some more light into the scene so it will light nicely. Just search for sunlight, maybe that will be really nice. Go to render setting and just reduce the samples so it will render very quickly. Now let's render one single image and check it out. Now you can see we have the cube is getting rendered, image is not getting rendered, and only the banner is getting rendered. So we need to do certain settings here. Now go to select the banner, go to material property and increase the roughness so we don't see any specular or any reflection on it, and select the building cube. Okay, so we need the shadow to be rendered on the building. We don't want to render this cube. Just select the cube, go to the visibility and click the shadow catcher. So now you can see the shadow will be rendered but the cube will not get rendered. Now press again and see how it's looking. So now you can see our banner is rendered with the shadow. Now it's time to get a compositing. So before we do that, you can see our image is little big. I mean, the resolution is completely off because I have clicked with a phone, so little bit resolution is different. If we can adjust the resolution, how much it will get rendered. Just go to the render property, select the region, and now we can crop with the region also. You can see we can adjust with this crop region and press again. So we'll see only that part, but the building is not coming in here. So either you can compose it with any other software like After Effects or any other software, or you can compose it within the Blender. So after rendering one image, let's render one image, and we can go to the composite. Now you can see the one image is rendered. Now click on the compositing tab and click on the use node. So we can see here the rendered image. If you want to see the render image in the background, just we have to find the viewer node, click on the search, shift A and click the viewer node. So after clicking viewer node, just connect with the image, so the whole image will be seen into the background. If it is not seen full, you can press V to zoom out. Here we have to bring our background which we have clicked the picture. So search for the image or the image sequence. If you have the image sequence, we can bring the image sequence, otherwise only a single image. And alpha over node. Now just search for our image and we have to connect with the alpha over node. Now the image will be here and connect with the viewer node. We can see if it is not visible, we have to switch this one. Now you can see our compositing is ready. So after this point, you can completely render the whole sequence like this without doing compositing. And here render setting, I haven't selected GPU. You must select the GPU, so the render will be very fast. Now let's see. Let's check the render. I'm going to just reduce the samples again, so the rendering will be little faster. Let it be around 100. Now you can see a banner came along with the background image. So this way you can render the whole sequence and make a MOV. For that you just have to mention the path here, and to get a nice contrast you can go to the color management, override, and you can just make it the high contrast or very high contrast based on the requirement. So after providing the path here, we can just click render animation. So you can see here the final output would be like this. So thank you very much guys. If you have any question about this banner animation, this advertisement, just let me know into the comment box, or any suggestions or any question. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial. If you like my tutorial, you can subscribe and share. Thanks a lot.